Hello everybody, welcome. I'm back for another attempt at the Great Tower. We'll see how it goes. Hello Orca. Where'd we leave off? Floor 11. I think I would have done better than that. But we're off. Ooh, affluent straight out the gate. Then another Phoenix down. And we start out with a four-corner room. Of course they are! I just hope wherever you are is not as much of a tinderbox as it is here. So, let's see what we got. Petrification. Petrification. Witching. And a strength. I'll take that strength. Steel. And next floor. This one is a frailty. Yay! Now I'm expecting this to be rather a big floor set. we go. No auto heal. Witching in the exit room. Witching here, too. And time to go. Excuse me. Been coffee a bit lately.
I turned off the overhead fan.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
But no, you're not. Big on it. Front living room windows open now. I'll see you now.
Okay. Folks, say hi.
Hi.
The witching.
Level up.
And an Uncle Craggy. Ow. And an exit. Speaking of intuition. Of course, there's stuff on this floor. Yeah, they were very happy on how the charity stream went. And it went to a very good cause. Doctors Without Borders specifically for their Venezuela fund, which kind of needs it right now. Ooh, big floor. Steel, I'll take that. I'm just leading her on walkies, aren't I? Intuition. Looks like there's only one exit, so that's not going to be hard to find. Hello, Light Suing! Yeah, looks like my run's just about over. Thank you so much all for joining us. No hoard this floor. There we go. Rye will be on exactly at 10. They are right now gaming with their dad. So I'm taking some opportunity to do some solo heaven on high work. And because I really flubbed it last week because of an otter trap, we're starting pretty low. Stupid, stupid otters. Go Boomy! Now we just need to find the exit. Yes, yes, Woojin would be proud of me. Um... Otters are adorable, but otter traps are no fun. Though I am making good time here for this run, knock on wood. Remember where that strength is. And where that intuition is. Of course, the last room available. Fine, I'll Are we done yet? Okay, we're out of here. Switching. Steel. Come on. course, the exit's all the way back towards the beginning. Two exits. Explosive trap. Ooh, a racing. That was worth it. Okay, that's the real one. Probably spending too long here, but it is what it is. I kinda need some fill-in for my palms, so... It was a boring floor anyway. Night-night! Hello, Becco. And that's all she wrote. Going up. Ding! Yeah, this slow down, it's kind of... Ooh, bit of stutter there. Okay, seems to have cleared up. This low level, as long as I don't hit stinking otters and don't do something really stupid, it should be kind of a chill run. A sight. Hello, FK! And everyone else I may have missed. I'm trying to pay a little attention simply because I don't want to end up screwing over everything I've built. I want this place to legitimately kill me and not just cheese it. Still. Well, I am still in the lower levels, and I've pretty much got this part down enough that I'm kind of bored with it. So that's the danger of you doing something really stupid. Because you think your britches are bigger than they are. That will not be true as we climb. There are some people who can do it. I'm amazed at some of the score runners for this place. They will pull 4 floors on like 70 and 80 and make it work, and it's freaking amazing. There's an intuition here. We shall remember this for later. Oh, no. Yes. No. There's no intuition, but we do have hoard this floor. That was a frailty. Are we running a fortune? I don't think we are. Fortune! Bye-bye! See, that was a nice large pull. Don't expect that from me too often. And live. Where's the chest is over there. Ooh, a serenity. Those are always handy. Back to 98 Phoenix Downs, entirely gotten via deep dungeons. Of course, my goal is to get 90 999 of the buggers. Ow. Okay, this might be a problem. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Sneaky, sneaky. I'll take that steel, please and thank you. Stealing, nothing more than stealing. And away we go. I hear Horde. Let's get this over with. Thank you, Auntie Garuda. Oh, there's an explosion, all lonely. This is another explosion, all lonely. And another explosion, all lonely. They're not so lonely. Witching. Don't need. Ow. That was mean. Exploding in my face as soon as I poured in. So many ghosties. Witching. Bah. Time to go. Running a little behind on this level set, so I'm gonna have to speed it up. Pausing too much to deal with the people who like to do pull-ins and pull-outs and paralyzes. You know what? Let's go! Bye-bye! I like it when I can do that. I should do that more often. You know what? Yeah, sure. Should have fortune first. Well, stealing. Petrification. Petrification. Concealment. Steal. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble here. Okay, I think I got it under control. Woo, that was close. A little closer than I'd like, but, yeah. No guts, no glory, Orca! Yeah, I think this having the seal up and running is what saved my butt. Hello, Hiroko! Here for the weekly beating of your life. we go. Good night, sweet prince. Now the question is where did I leave Rye? I think I left Rye at Tacos, but I could be mistaken. But first, what did we get for our hoard? Ooh, 5 silver sacks. A Hatamoto card. Savage Aim. Wind Up Susanoo. Magic Prism. Magic Prism. Bless you, whoever sneezed. So yeah, that was a fairly smooth run set. This thing's so crazy. And you can see that beam all the way across the zone. Ah, glad you're enjoying it, Doodles. Hello, Drago! Yeah, we just finished up Heaven on High. We're just waiting for Rye to log in. And there's the login box lobby.
There we go.
Hey there, kitten. Did I leave you at Tacos?
I believe so.
Okay,
Hi, Burka. Hi, Live.
I will slowly
Hi,
make
Noodles.
my way over
Hi,
for
FK.
Tacos.
Hi, Drago. And you know if this sneeze is that loud, it's gotta be me.
How did gaming go?
It went well. We're still in the early stages. Galactic community just formed. My dad is almost completely fenced in, but has a decent amount of space. I've got like an area between me and someone we had just discovered to secure, and one area where I can keep exploring, but
Can
there's
I have
a lot
some
of
of that
monsters. There's a lot of monsters out there, which explains why no one else has taken the area.
Thank you.
And of course, Mark is in the middle of the main part of his move this weekend. So I will not have gaming tomorrow morning. Except I probably will. It just won't be something with him.
Ah.
I will probably spend some time on the SFB campaign I've been soloing.
That doesn't look like Kitten.
You're in the wrong place. You're in the right place, but you're in the wrong place. Hurting might have helped.
Yeah, well, you were not exactly there to receive a party invite when I hit the zone. So, what are we doing tonight since you got your item, or are we still on walkies?
No, I got mine. I got mine the first time. You got yours the second. I think we're down to things like cosmic exploration,
Which we do need to do.
fate farming, and samurai training, and doing the book to help with samurai training.
Yes.
Because I'm at maybe one sticker, maybe.
Yeah, I keep
There you
saying
are.
we're going to space and then we never do.
Yeah, well, it is in your power to fix this.
Yeah.
It is stuff we can do off
air
if we ever have off air time. Of course, I got maybe halfway through the next level of tool while off air.
Yeah, and I haven't done any.
Right. So what do you want to do? Yes, Orca.
Not wrong, Orca. Unfortunately, we might have to have a slight pause, as I will be right back.
Oh no! Well. Hi. And now for a few words from F, who is in the foreground of the screen. Unfortunately, they're all unrepeatable. Isn't that right, F? But yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot going on here. Faye and I did watch 100 Meters last night. Sports anime movie. Very good. It's nice to occasionally see anime movies because, yeah, they put the budget into getting a lot more experimental and thoughtful on how they're doing the visuals and such, and this was no exception. Yeah, and I think the last couple of movies we've seen have been sports. The other one, of course, being the first Slam Dunk, which between the two, I recommend that one. They're both good. I think that one was a much stronger story. But still happy with 100 Meters. If you have an interest in seeing it, definitely see it. They do a nice job. It's a good story. They did point out that it's like rotoscoped all over the place, but this is definitely done as a conscious choice and not because, well, we can, so we will. And thinking about it, that did make me realize part of the problem I was having, which is the main character kind of swaps body languages twice. Now you've got this initial section where it's him meeting basically kind of the other main character of the movie initially, and they're like 12, and not a whole lot of physical motion or character going on. And I'm kind of realizing that's because they had a couple of kids acting and they're not up to the point of really acting natural, so they don't really act like natural 12-year-olds in that section. And then you get into like a high school section and the main character suddenly is very expressive physically.
Yeah, that was the main problem I had with
and
the
then
film
once you get out of that, he drops a lot of his physical expression again.
Yeah.
And I realized that the person they had that they were doing the mocap from for that section in high school was, really kind of thinking it through and, type of person he is and so on, and expressing it and doing a great job, and no one else was. Pretty much no one else in the movie was.
Yeah. It did have some inconsistencies. I do agree that I think Slam Dunk is a stronger plot, where this it was going more for emotion.
Okay.
Of internal dialogues and
yes,
trying to show and not tell emotional states and reasons. But they just kind of skim over certain things.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things they definitely do is they have, several characters kind of presenting various philosophies of life, and the main characters, plural, are kind of struggling their way through all the competing ideas. Now,
I
for a
think
moment,
the kids
are we going to the moon, or are we... Sorry,
well,
but
I think the kids
I
section
kind of want
was
to
the
set this
weakest,
up.
So
yeah. Which is a shame because, of course, as the beginning section, it's kind of the most load-bearing part.
Anyway, moon
So,
or
are
not?
we going to the moon, doing fading, or trying to work on book? I am at 0 stickers, and the deadline is like Tuesday.
Oh God, it is Tuesday? Yeah, it would be Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, I've gotten like 4 stickers and I wasn't even trying.
I'm at 0. So either I'm skipping this week or we start in on it now.
Let's go ahead and start it on it, because I know you've been kind of using that to level Samurai, though I think really the best... I know a lot of people want levels faster. When I'm learning a job, I find it's more useful to combat my way through the levels.
Yeah.
Because then I actually learn how the job functions.
Yeah. Now, my first slot is 51 through 59 / 61 through 69 / 71 through 79. I'm 62, so see if you can cure us for like the 61 dungeon.
Okay. Which would be...
Also, I do have 50 and 60, so if you want to scattershot it, maybe go for one of the 60s as well, and we'll see what we get.
Man, there are a lot of 60s. Holy moly.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Well,
11,
true, this is post Heaven's
12,
Word, so
13.
This is when they are still kind of overachieving a little.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them out of nearly 15 are main story. Everything else is optional.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Like I
of
said,
another
this
thing
is when they were.
we could possibly do, but we'll do this instead. And that's
Okay.
work on Merchant's Tale Hard.
Oh, yes, we do need to get back to that one too. As torturous as it may be.
Okay. I have 2 possible dingers.
Uh-huh. And less than 5 minutes. Without you being heal or tank, so nice.
I figured ninja to offset your Sam.
Uh-huh. Faking it again, are you?
I am not faking it. I'm a real ninja. I even have the title. Eorzean Ninja Warrior. Ooh. Can't get much more real ninja than that.
Yes.
But yeah, as a movie, it was exceedingly well done. It didn't hit quite as well as the first Slam Dunk. But then again, that makes sense. Just so you know, I know of one other thing by the author that did 100 meters.
Okay.
Orb. On movements of the
Okay.
earth.
Which, yeah, I do want to see at some point.
Which is an interesting historical because history-wise, as an alternate history or an unknown history, it's very well done. But it falls into the you don't understand how medieval clothing works, do you?
Oh dear.
Just no. No, just no.
Oh dear. Yeah, this will be entertaining to watch with you.
Arte was more historically accurate.
Now, it sounds like the accuracy isn't necessarily the problem. It's the knowing what to do with what they have, and that's where Arte fell down. So, ouch!
Yeah, they were showing and displaying early pre-Renaissance Italy doublets as if they were a high school high-collared button shirts. I mean, you could see where he was coming from, but the fact it's obvious the artist didn't understand clothing or construction of clothing. Because he kept doing things that, oh, this is kind of like this over here, so I'll draw this over here with this as colors. No. No. No.
Oh dear. Yeah, that could get painful.
I mean, with Arte,
Yeah,
that
they
suffered
had
from
the right idea, they just didn't know what to, like how clothing moved or how the real construction worked. For the,
yeah,
buildings.
yeah. You don't
that one
have
was
whole
definitely looked
boobage
like
like,
the-
that when you're wearing a stay.
Okay, then.
But, oh, do you have cleavage?
Now, Arte was definitely the case of the original art was correct. The animation studio didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, watching this with you will be very, very
It makes Vinland Saga historical research look on point.
well, that's because Vinland Saga's historical research is on point. And everything is great except for the swords, and even those, like I said, the other night, is, for the style and the decoration and the shape and everything is great except for how thick the blades are. They're like three times thicker than they should be. Other than that, everything on them is correct, and everything else is practically spot on. One of the reasons why the swords are so bad is they stand out because everything else is so much is spot on, and similarly the swords aren't. And yeah, the Vinland Saga definitely feels like Raoul Pertha 25mm miniature swords. Why are they this thick? So that they don't bend in the middle of shipping.
Yeah, and they still bent in the middle of shipping.
Yes. Yes.
What was that?
Baron and Ed obviously heard some of what I was saying. He just stopped in the doorway and said, Vinland Saga. Yeah. But, like I said, everything else is so good. That's what makes the swords kind of stand out, because they're the one thing that is chunky. And other than the chunkiness, they're perfect.
But Orb itself is an interesting piece of storytelling.
Right. Why the fog has come in?
The only thing I will say that might and might not be a spoiler is it's very Shakespearean in its drama.
Oh dear. No, it is the Japanese.
Well, it's also the type of story it's telling.
Sure. But, the Japanese love that kind of story.
But yes, it is actually a good watch. It's one I want to have the guys try and see if they can get past the horrible clothing designs.
Now, is it just the clothing, or is it also the architecture?
Architecture's not bad. At least there was nothing that was sitting and glaring at me.
Okay. Because Arte, at least it was pretty even-handed. Both the clothing and the architecture were good in art and bad in animation.
We're up to 8 minutes. Maybe I should go heals.
I know. I don't know. Up to you.
I purposely grabbed MSQ stuff.
Right.
Because that's the stuff that's more likely. Though I guess doing the hards would be a little easier because they don't have duty assist for those, per se. I don't know. We just wait
It's
here
the Friday
on
night
duty.
curse. And the thing is, we're at 9 minutes, and the average wait time is still sitting at 6.
Maybe we should just queue for 1.
Maybe?
That
I don't
tends
think that's
to-
the problem. Really?
Because it sits in 1, and then after about 30 seconds to a minute,
Yeah,
it flips to
but-
another. Never mind.
public shaming.
Public shaming always works.
Now, which one is this?
One you haven't run a lot, which is why I picked it.
Oh, this is the I can't think of the species name.
Ixo!
Ixel, yes. Yeah. And that I ran a couple of times, a few,
And the tank is off!
yes. Now, there's something that one of the jobs that while I was leveling up, I hit this a few times and I had completely forgotten about it until that point. Really?
Yep.
Ah. That's what that was for. Now that looks dangerous. Yeah, that long.
Maiming and aiming. But now that I think of it, outside of samurai dramas, true historical is exceedingly rare. for anime. I mean, there are a few.
They're about as common as a lot of the, as almost anything, non-SF&F is.
Actually, the most common is, let's be honest here, High School A Slice of Life. It's just we tend to get a lot of the fantasy and sci-fi over here because that's what a lot of the stuff was imported as initially, and it's kind of stuck. I mean, there's a whole series that never come over here.
Oh, yes. Something sure hit me. Imposing gate.
But true historicals, as opposed to things like Steel Ball Run, or I mean, I guess Kenshin kind of slides by, but
Yes, it does.
it's walking such a thin rope, and the fact that let's be blunt, it's not the greatest property to be behind because of the creator.
Yeah. So what were you mentioning?
Steel Ball Run?
Yeah.
That's one of the JoJo sub-stories.
Ah.
One of their most popular.
That's why I didn't know the title.
Not Genshin, Kenshin.
Yes, Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin. Very old, very, well-respected, quote-unquote historical samurai.
Yeah, it's basically, historical wire fu. It's one of the first longer form anime series to come over here.
The main problem with it is right in the middle of its 20th anniversary, it was found out that the artist was
yeah.
hiding a lot of illegal material of an underage variety. And he was effectively given a slap on the wrist for it.
At least over here, it has certainly wrecked him. I don't know what it did to his career in Japan.
He got a slap on the wrist.
Is he still doing anything?
3 movies and a TV series. As it in the last 5 years. Oh, and the live action.
And certainly for the North American side of things, yeah, it kind of wrecked his career. Sadly, that's not where the money comes from.
And the thing is he was a mentor to a lot of the really top-end mangaka, like the guy who does Naruto, and a few others, and they're having real mental contortions trying to rectify that he's this kind of guy after spending years effectively standing for him.
Yeah.
To be fair, I still don't count him as quite as evil as JKR.
No.
But it was still not good, very bad. He deserves more than a slap on the wrist for it. More incoming. But yeah, generally when you talk about historical anime, that one is like on the top of everyone's lips. I would actually more support the absolute rogues gallery. That is Golden Kamui.
Oh, yeah. Now, there's a very good historical.
Oh, that is an excellent historical that does not take itself seriously.
At least not too seriously.
Let's be honest, the entire cast is one giant ball of rat bastardage, and you're cheering for them every single step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a classical adventure tale.
Yes.
And of course, one of my favorite Japanese historicals. Unfortunately, outside of streaming it on Crunchyroll, it's never come over here on DVD release with an official translation or a dub. And that's Shoujo Rakugo.
Yeah, that's actually a very nice 2-season drama.
Eh?
The healer checking up on the tank.
Dagger of Kamui is technically another one
Yep.
because that one actually extends into the US. Ooh, there's another one a lot of people tend to forget about. It is kind of a hard watch now because it was done so early on.
Uh-huh.
Rose of Versailles.
Yeah. Never mind.
And there goes the tank. Hi, tank. And Rose of Versailles is very unusual because it's a historical and it's shoujo.
Yes. Now, there might be a few more of those, but we get to see so few shoujo things come over here.
Which is sad because the ones that do are just insanely popular.
Yeah.
Like Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura and...
I would like to have a copy of our own of They Were 11.
Oh, I thought we do have one.
Not the anime.
Yeah.
We have the manga.
I could have sworn we had the
Yes, we
anime
did.
as well.
Not that I recall.
Along with This Is Greenwood.
We only have the first volume of that, and that was Paul's.
Don't forget to check your stamps.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. We did that. That should be right. Yeah. One stamp. I got a cactus stamp.
For the record, those who don't know, Rose of Versailles originally came out early 70s, I want to say.
I think so.
And
Which means, yeah, by modern standards, it is really primitive
yeah,
animation.
but it was so groundbreaking because of it for several different reasons. The main story is talking about a French knight who gets entangled with Marie Antoinette as she enters into the French royal court at Versailles. Note, the knight, Oscar, is actually a woman.
Right.
And everyone knows she's a woman, but she dresses and acts like a man, and people tend to forget she's a woman. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. And it's actually,
Yep.
story-wise, it's really well done. It's just the technology and the editing style just drive me up the wall. Because it is
Yeah.
just the worst 70s TV editing and sound you have ever heard in your life. They did recently make a movie adaptation of it that is on Netflix.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's decent, but it also drives me nuts for a different factor, in the fact that it's based off the kabuki play of Rose of Versailles, which is a musical, and all the music sounds the same.
Oh no.
All the songs, you can literally strip all the lyrics out and it's the same piece of music. It drives me nuts.
Oh dear.
Also,
This is
I'm not
kinda
a big
like
fan of
when-
musicals, so...
This is kind of like when I would go to Lee's Comics,
Mm-hmm.
and there was one guy who was one of the clerks there, and when he was in charge of the music, I could not tell the first 30 seconds when I was in the store from the last 30 seconds.
Oh.
It literally all sounded the same.
Sorry about that. I don't think
Yeah.
Lee's is around anymore. I think it's gone as a chain.
It might be.
Which it used to be the biggest chain in the entire Bay Area.
Yeah.
It won several awards and then suddenly, poof!
No, not suddenly. It was definitely a slow problem. You know, like the one move of the main store. Those, anytime you move a store like that, it is iffy, and I don't think that one worked out too well for them. Live suing, it might have, but I refuse to believe any piece that was that repetitive went for half an hour or more.
You'd be surprised, but yeah.
Yeah, I would be. I'm more or less refusing to believe that just for my own sanity, not because I necessarily believe it.
And of course, the one historical everyone wants, but the artist is sitting on it and going, no. I don't think you can do it justice. No. No.
Oh dear.
I don't care who you... No. Is Murasashi.
Musashi?
No. Murasashi.
Okay, I don't know this title.
I think that's the title anyway. It is a historical drama on one of the greatest swordsmen from Japan.
That'd be Musashi.
It's by the same guy who did Slam Dunk.
Well, that would be interesting.
Yeah, same artist, same writer. And he's actually stopped working on it for a while because it's such a magnum opus, it was taking too much out of him and he needed a break and he doesn't know when he'll come back to finish it.
Kind of like Age of Bronze.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Schanauer hasn't done anything on that in ages as far as I know. I think he's almost got enough for another graphic novel, maybe?
The thing is that with Musashi, there is one studio that is champing at the bit to do it. They're begging with him. They're pleading with him. And it might be the one studio on the planet that actually could pull it off.
Nappa?
No.
Okay.
They're not Japanese.
Oh!
It's the same studio that did Arcane.
Oh, wow. Okay, that would be something to see.
And he keeps saying, no, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah. Well, maybe someday he will finish it and then he'll say yes. Because, yeah, I would love to see them do something like Musashi.
Yeah.
Switching over into
Mm-hmm.
switching over into American comics for a minute, just to tell people, Age of Bronze is a very, very good series that has just kind of slowly ground itself to a halt, sadly, about maybe halfway through. Eric Schanauer has a few hats. Not quite sure what he's actively doing these days. He is, last I knew, the official Royal Historian of Oz, which is to say he's the current person designated by L. Frank Baum's estate to do new stuff. But I know stuff has been happening without him, at least without him in charge, so I don't know. He also did a very good comic series through Image called Age of Bronze, which is basically a retelling of the legends of the Trojan War. Not just the Iliad, because the Iliad is actually just the very end and is supposedly one of the last of a cycle of stories, most of which are lost. But, he's taking those sources, the bits we know of from, that time period, and including a lot of archaeology and everything to get the look of it right. And he's also adding in all the various contributions that have been made to the ideas and the stories over the last, 3,000 years. The original plan is that it would take him like 7 graphic novels to do it all, with it coming out in comics. We actually saw him talk at, I think it was a WonderCon, or was it Ape?
I think he was at Ape.
Okay, so it would have been at an Ape panel where he was saying it, where the panel was basically about graphic novels and such, and he was saying, he does the comics basically so he can put something out in bite-sized chunks so that he's not having to produce 100 to 200 pages of comics and then have something to publish. But the comics lose money. The graphic novels make money and make enough money to make up for the losses on the comics.
Wow, that's impressive.
You were there. Of course, that was as of the late 90s or early 2000s.
Yeah, the comic book scene has changed so much.
Yeah. But that was already the time period when, the graphic novel was kind of taking over, and he was explaining, this is why comics exist, really, is so that you can have something to keep coming out while you're trying to, so that you're doing an impossible amount of work before you have anything to publish. And yeah, I was very impressed when he said that, the graphic novels were doing well enough to make up for all the losses on all the comics, individual issues. Which is why I remember that. Anyway, like I said, it was originally slated for 7 graphic novels. The story has definitely been expanding on him, because the last 2 graphic novels that came out were 3A and 3B. And I think that section of the story was still going, so there will be, if he ever finishes it, a 3C.
Woohoo!
So at that point, I think that'll be the end of 3, and he'll finally be on to whatever section 4 of the story is. Anyway, it's exceedingly well done. It got lots of Eisners and such at the time it started coming out, and with good reason. I will say that his design and layout tends to be kind of tight. He has very small gutters.
Yes, he does.
And I definitely think it would be improved by that, but the character designs he does is very good. The research he's done to actually present the actual historical look and feel of the period is excellent. Apparently there is now, and that's right, there's a couple of things that have been delaying it. One, he's been doing a color version of it all. Two, there has been an annotated version.
Oh boy.
Which is basically Age of Bronze with all sorts of basically footnotes talking about the sources for like the visuals and maybe some of, where he's getting this bit of the story from and everything. And both of those did kind of derail him.
Funny that. Okay, I'm liking this tank. They are being a little gutsy and trying to run straight to the exits. But if you notice, she pulled the group back around when she saw my Doden went down.
Ah, okay. Observant tanks are good tanks.
I will also note that our Ast, that's an ultimate weapon that they have clamped.
That's what seems. Speaking of Shanauer and Oz, one of the things I need to get to is, of course, back in like the early 90s. He did a couple of Oz graphic novels with Dark Horse, and I'd like to see those at some point. I can remember us looking at them in the comics gallery and being favorably impressed.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Dark Horse, and I'm worried about them.
Oh?
Well, you know, Dark
particular?
Horse is actually owned by the same conglomerate that owns EVE Online. However,
is that right?
They left the guy in charge of Dark Horse until relatively recently, where they just unceremoniously kicked him out of his company. And a lot of people were like, we're expecting a shakeup coming, but I haven't heard the fallout of it.
Right. I certainly had not heard of them buying Dark Horse.
Yeah, they did it some time ago.
I knew they got White Wolf.
I think they got them at about the same time.
Ow.
Run!
Okay,
Run!
there's that. Yeah. Trying to see what was going on.
Yeah. Fun times.
Why is it always raining here?
Because it's always raining here. You should know this
But
answer by now,
why?
kitten.
But why?
I have a friend.
Get the guy I thought I was getting.
I was sitting there, why is my health going down? Oh, one of the doggies likes me.
No, you don't. Well, maybe you do.
Greed works too.
Ah, live. Yeah, the original Oz books, I have read all 14. Haven't really read anything past those. And, like, 2 of his non-Oz books. Morbid Advance. Advance. Retreat. Advance.
Nice.
And I think somebody else got 80.
Yeah, I think our tank did.
Ah, nice.
Yes.
Dragoon. And I'm now like a quarter of the way into 63.
All right. That means
con.
you can do the next dungeon.
Also
if that
true.
is your wish.
Won't get me a sticker anymore. And it is after 11, so I think it's sign off and maybe a little bit of maintenance. I do have new gear.
Okay. Maintenance is a good thing.
Gear. 270, 260. Okay, maybe not.
Maybe not?
Because I've got such good gear, the level 61 dungeon can't match some of it.
Yeah, that probably won't be replaced until the 63 dungeon or the 65 dungeon. It might be equal to the 65,
And of course, the pity drop was the earring.
Of course it was! The most useless pity that could drop for you!
The good news is I did get a new headpiece, and I was still on the 59 headpiece.
Okay then. Yeah, we never got that
So-
piece for you on that.
Yeah, so that is an upgrade. And oh yeah, that's like a 9 item average item level upgrade. So yeah, that was worthwhile.
So yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I recently did a stupid.
Oh.
Yeah. So you know how I built out all my gear for crafted and was going to take it up the
Yes.
crafted line. And I was not going to worry about tokens for weapons on Ninja.
Okay. Did you spend tokens on Ninja?
Ninja and Viper share sets except for
Oh.
weapon. Viper's weapon that I crafted was not high quality. So in order to
Oh, no.
upgrade that one, I had to disassemble Ninja's high quality to have enough certs. Now, the upside to this is that I really hated the crafted ninja knives.
Fair.
It was the one item I actually was like, do I want to play ninja? Look at the knives. No, I'll go play Viper.
Wow, that's bad.
So I'm on the Monster Hunter weapon until I have
Okay.
enough tomes to buy the Tombstone weapon. Because I've got the tokens, I just don't have
Yeah.
the tomes.
Well, we can work on that too.
No, I can't. Not until Tuesday.
Are you capped?
I am capped.
Let's see it.
I am weekly capped.
Indeed you are. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. There's no help for me.
I would help if I could. No, not on that.
Whew. Well, with that said, it is time for sleep. Thank you all very much for coming along this evening. We will be back tomorrow for more Pilgrim's Traverse as we slowly climb our way through the stones.
Yes.
I will shuffle you over to Angelus Dimenos, who is currently playing his way through Shadows of Aincrad, which is a new single-player game that's come out. And
It's not new. I've been hearing that title for years. It might have only just recently come over here, maybe.
There's been several Sword Arts Online's game. This is the first one that's just dealing with Aincrad.
Still, the title, Shadows of Aincrad, is one I've been hearing.
Yeah, it just came out.
Maybe just in English or something.
But
Or maybe
he's
I just
playing
happened to
it
hear about
in
it as soon as it got announced.
extreme hard mode with permadeath as his main
he
playthrough.
went permadeath.
So, yeah.
Just as long as it doesn't fry his console when he dies.
You all...
Much less his brain.
Yeah. You all have a great evening. Be safe. Be well. Get a good night's sleep. And we hope to see you here next time.
Yes, everyone, have a great night. Hope to see you here tomorrow at 9:30 for Sideways Traversing.
Yes. Good night, all.